This is a paid segment sponsored by Duvall Leatherwork. And right now we're going to head to the Artisan Workshop and we're going to put together this beautiful handcrafted crossbody bag. Hi Nick, how you doing?
Good, Jackie. How are you today?
I am well, and we're so excited because we're going to make a crossbody bag.
Yes, we are. So we have many bags that we make, but today we're going to make a crossbody. First thing that we want to talk about with any products that we make is that we only use genuine leather. There's nothing fake, there's nothing processed about this. It is the real deal. This bag that we're going to make today is made from 100% genuine cowhide leather. This leather is an oil tanned leather, meaning that when they finish it, it has an oil content, which gives it all the good characters that it needs to be a nice, supple piece of leather that can last for years and years. Along with the season as well too, today we are going to make a purple sangria bag with a black shoulder strap. It did well for us through the fall, but it also translates very well to the spring.
All right, well, let's get to it.
Okay, so first thing we're going to do here is we're actually going to look at the finished product, okay? I brought one here with me today. We're going to discuss the pieces that go with it. We have the body of the bag, which is the large rectangle here in front of you. As you can see, this is all one piece of leather, okay? Next, we have our interior pocket. We have a secondary interior pocket, logo tag, pulls for the zipper, the zippers themselves, all the pieces of hardware, and then this is the strap. Okay, so that everyone can see what this is all about. Jackie, I'd like for you to give this a try. Try it on so they can see the size of it and the function and what it looks like.
It feels good, and it's not really heavy. There's nothing worse than like a super heavy bag.
And they can be sometimes, depending upon the thickness of the leather. And that's something that we really strive to do, is use the exact type of material needed to make a bag like that.
They get heavy when you put all your stuff in them. It's bad enough. You don't want your bag to be heavy.
Exactly. So in order to cut perfect pieces every time, we use dies in this machine behind me, which is called a clicker. Some of the pieces are just far too big to be cut in there, so we still have to cut them by hand with a knife and a paper pattern. So the first thing that we're going to start off with here today, we have all of our pieces, all mise en place, ready to go, laid out for us.
Yes.
However, we do need to mark out the placement of this interior pocket.
Right.
Okay. We're going to take our marking tool and gently mark out this rectangle. Now, using this die, which we'll get to see the machine in action, we're going to chop out this section that will become our exterior zippered pocket.
All right. Okay, Nick, we're here in the studio and we're ready to begin.
Yes. So the first part that we're going to assemble is the shoulder strap. So the strap is very adjustable, swivels on the end, all the pieces move. It can be removed from the bag. I don't know why you would need to, but if you needed to, it does. So we have our strap here, which is already cut out, and we're going to use a variety of hand tools to make that happen. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the end that I want to be the longest portion of my strap. We're going to use one of the end punches here. And now we've made this half rounded. So now we need to cut the strap to the desired length, and the length for the strap for us is 42 inches. We'll make a small mark. And we're going to use another tool. It's called an English point, and we're going to find our mark, put it over the piece. Okay, and now you can see that it cuts a perfect.
That's where it goes through the buckle, right?
Yep. Exactly. Okay. Our next measurement now needs to be for the adjustment holes. So we're going to put the ruler at the end of the piece, and we're going to mark 3 inches. Okay. Then from there we have 5 adjustment holes 1 inch apart. So here's number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to use this tool here, saddle punch, to punch out the holes.
The fact that all of this is like hand-tooled, handcrafted is just it's really so much fun to watch.
There is 1,000 tools and 1,000 steps to doing the simplest job in our shop. And I think a lot of people sometimes overlook the fact that it just takes so much stuff, to make a finished product.
Yeah, it kind of gives you a new appreciation for what goes into making a handbag or a wallet or anything like that.
Absolutely. All of this stuff is done by the individual craftsperson.
Yes.
All the time. I mean, we have some dies and things that cut things out, but they still have to be able to measure and accurately put these things together. And now this is ready to be put on the bag. So we've started with probably the last step first, because personally, when I get to the end, I don't want to have to make the strap. I've already done so much work. I would rather this be done. I can put it on the bag and it's finished.
It's finished, right.
Okay. We've applied glue tape to the back of the pieces here. This is what holds it in place while we sew. This will become the inner pocket of the bag. So as we cut out before, now we're going to apply our zipper to the inside here, okay? Yes. So we're going to use some glue tape again, and we're going to make sure that this is all nicely centered up in the middle.
Right, so nothing rubs against anything else while you're opening it, for sure.
Next over to the sewing machine, and we're going to stitch all around the edges.
All right.
So so our line of stitching is in place. Mm-hmm. Okay, we need to fold the pocket forward now. Blue tape again, and we're going to fold this up.
Oh, it covers like the whole
You got it.
insides of the
Yep.
zipper there.
And we have a little bit of the zipper exposed here on the sides, but we'll cut that and trim it all up nice
Oh,
in a
nice.
few minutes. Temporary hold.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to stitch over from here to here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're not quite done yet, but there are an amazing amount of steps into making a bag.
Oh, and of course, and we haven't even finished it yet. So we have to now we have to sew the sides. So again, there are so many little details that go into the simplest little thing when making something.
Yes.
So now we're going to start the finishing process of actually making this a bag. I'm going to put the two sides together and I'm going to stitch along the edge.
Well, here we have a handbag.
Yeah, so we're starting to really come together here now. So each bag that is ever made that's sewn like this has to be turned inside out.
Correct.
As you can see, the oil from, remember we talked about the oil tanned leather. This is what they call pull-up, okay? So the color changes as you crunch the leather.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if we want it to become darker like the bag we have in front of us, we will use heat to bring that color back. And so we have the rough shape
Yes.
of our bag.
That's so cool. Well, here we are back at the retail space of Duvall Leatherwork, and you really have a lot to offer here.
Yes, thank you very much. Tis the season right now as our spring and summer bags are fully available in our store and online. We take great pride in all the different styles and colors and things that we make. This year we have some exciting new features, including cork and bamboo and some really bright colors and fringes. We always try to use something unique. Every season comes around, there's design, there's thought process, there's lots of things that go into every little detail that we make.
And of course, you don't just offer purses, you have other things as well.
Of course, we sell men's products, wallets of every shape, size, and configuration, men's leather belts, pet products, and just wonderful gifts in general.
And of course, Mother's Day is coming up, and handbags are a great gift.
Of course, you can never go wrong with a new bag for Mother's Day.
Well, why don't you tell everyone where you're located and how they can buy the product?
Sure, Duvall Leatherwork, located at 314 Wyoming Avenue in Kingston, Pennsylvania. We're also a full e-commerce business that sells online. You can shop there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at DuvallLeatherwork.com.
This has been a paid segment sponsored by Duvall Leatherwork.